All right. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Cut Me In. Today we have Mrs.Knives, and we are going to run her through the gauntlet of questions. We're going to do this thing here, and we're going to go ahead and bring her in. Mrs.Knives, say hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You nervous?
Just a little bit.
We'll go ahead and get this thing kicked off just like we always do. We'll go ahead, we'll ask, the very first question that we normally do, and we'll say, how long have you been into Melee?
I can say since MW3.
So Modern Warfare 3. Okay.
Yep.
So that answers like that question of like, what game did you start with? So, well, what game did you start playing Call of Duty?
I started on Black Ops 3.
So you started on Black Ops 3 and you started meleeing in Modern Warfare 3.
Yes.
Okay, so along the way of playing the game, you could do a little bit like I did probably, and every time you went up against somebody who was knifing, would you say that it just like infuriated you to no end to get meleeed by somebody, and then you're just like, I wonder what that's like?
It's kind of crazy because actually before I started knifing, I didn't run into any knifers. I never had any in my lobbies.
I could not help but find every single one of them. Like, I don't know what it was, but every single time that I played Call of Duty, I ran into somebody that was just running around with a knife. So tell us a little bit about your Call of Duty journey. Like, what did you do mostly before you started knifing? Were you sniping, or were you like, AR sub? What kind of stuff did you do there?
I really just used regs, and I also sniped, but I was a corner camper. Very, very bad.
So you were the one that we all yell at right now, where we're making sure that they're well known that we don't like them that much because they sit in corners.
Most definitely. And when it came to sniping, I was not quick scoping. I was hard scoping.
I still don't see a problem with it. That's what that scope's for. So what or who inspired you to become a melee user, or, throw knives and do all the things that we do?
Actually, it was Ghost of Caldera.
Common answer.
Well, I know some people say TKO, but I can tell you I did not hear of him until someone commented on my video and told me I was in one of his YouTube videos. That is the only reason I found out about him.
Wow. Royalty. How about that? Oh, TKO. Okay. So what happened in the video?
He honestly didn't notice me until the game was ended, and all he says at the end of the game is, Mrs.Knives, what the hell?
So he just mentioned you in one of his videos?
Yeah, that's literally it.
That's crazy. So someone heard the name Mrs.Knives and then just said, hey, TKO said your name in one of his videos.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Like, everyone's kind of got like the same attachment, as far as like TKO or Ghost of Caldera, and stuff like that. But some people fell into it. Like I've been meleeing for a long time, and I didn't even know who these people were until people started saying, oh, who are you trying to be? TKO? Who are you trying to be? Ghost of Caldera? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I get the TKO comments all the time.
What is your favorite melee weapon out of all of the Call of Duties?
Honestly, that's a hard question. I mean, I guess I'd go with the Karambit.
That's a good one. That one was really good. Didn't that make like a different noise than all the other melees did?
Honestly, not sure.
So what about throwing weapon? You like a bigger than knives or axes or what?
Throwing knives all the way.
Yeah. I like the throwing knives too. Well, I'm guessing that your name is pretty self-explanatory, but how did you come up with your name?
All right. So I was just chilling in a lobby with my friend, and I was like, I need a knifing name because I've been knifing. And he literally just says, change your name to Mrs.Knives.
That'll do. Legacy is born. Out of all the clips that you've hit, these included that we're watching here, what is your favorite clip that you remember hitting?
I would have to say my first spawn lineup on MW3 on, I think it's High Rise. Is that? Yeah. I literally, you're basically off the map, and then you throw it at the building, and it hits, I believe it's A-bomb. And when I hit it, I freaked out and just was repeating, did I hit it? Did I hit it? Did I hit it?
Did you get the kill cam, or was it just a hit during
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to see some of those old clips. Like people will talk about it and then they'll like send it to me later and be like, "Yo, this is that clip I was talking about." So, what game did you feel like for you knifing was the easiest?
Honestly, Modern Warfare 3.
So when you started, that's whenever you feel like that's whenever you were just like in your element.
Yeah.
Well, what about the hardest game to knife on? Like what do you feel like you've had the most struggle with to knife on?
Honestly, I'd say BO6, but I've gotten a little used to it. Like I went a long time not even switching over to BO6 because I didn't like it very much.
Well, I mean, watching these clips on BO6 that you got for us over here, it kind of makes us think otherwise. But
kind of pushed myself and I said, you know what, I gotta switch over.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's some good clips in here. All right, so if you could put any melee weapon into any COD, like what combo would you pick? Like what's your favorite COD and your favorite melee weapon?
I mean, I guess I'd take I don't really know what melee weapons were on BO3, but like I enjoyed BO3. I played it so long that hackers were standing in front of me invisible. That is how long I played that game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't like going back to play Call of Duties normally, but because just for that reason.
Yeah.
So if you were to say, like, which melee weapon would you put in BO3 from any Call of Duty that you've played?
Honestly, I'd probably go with the bow staff.
So the bow staff in BO3?
Yeah.
That's brutal. That's brutal. That bow staff is wild, man. It really is. What's the map that's been the most difficult to get a cross map or a lineup on?
Okay, if I go with a bomb lineup, I'd have to say firing range. Because if it doesn't bounce off a specific roof the right way, it's not going to hit. And I've been trying for weeks now.
So firing range, bomb lineup. That sounds already difficult. I can't hit a cross map on that map to save my life.
Yeah, I have some maps that I have yet to hit a cross map, and I probably won't hit a cross map. I keep track of all my cross maps.
I don't even know where. I don't even know where really to throw. I just throw them and hope somebody walks into one.
I've just been doing them for so long that I kind of know where to throw automatically.
Yeah. I know a lot of these people, like people like you, probably just walk into a map and you'd be like, okay, there's the cloud, and then, aim at the cloud and throw it, and then walk up 2 steps and turn to the left a little bit, throw it. I don't know. I'm just like, look, there's a knife in the air or an axe, and I'm just throwing it. Who else? What do we got? More questions. Come on. Ooh, are you going to join a clan?
I honestly don't have any plans to. I feel like I've been better off on my own.
Little rogue out here, little lone wolf. What if you could remove one thing from this Call of Duty, what would it be? What would make Black Ops 6 better?
Shotguns. Get rid of the shotguns.
At least the Olympia. That shotgun needs to go.
It's like it hits you from miles away. It's crazy.
God, my blood pressure went up just talking about it. So are you a clutcher or a trick shotter? Or would you consider yourself a mixture of a little bit of both?
I guess both.
I'm neither, honestly. I just play this game and hope for the best. Let's see, what is the longest knife you've ever hit in Call of Duty?
I'm honestly not sure. I can tell you I have gone into ground war, and I've almost hit a pretty long one, but it just gave the dude a haircut and kind of made me mad.
Who is your favorite female knifer? The guys get a lot of attention for knifing, but what about the females?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite. I love them all.
Oh, that's one way to stay good. That's how you do that. She took the easy answer. That's good. I love all of you, Wink. What do you think has been the most broken out of all the melee weapons?
Yeah, I would have to say at first it was the skateboard, and then it went to the bow staff.
Them putting that staff into the game, yeah, that staff is wild. I wish you could use it in ranked. I just would go around with that bow staff and just wreck people.
I just wish they would put axes in ranked.
Oh,
I would be happy.
I would live there. That would be so fun. Are you excited for BO7?
Well, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I heard there's no tag sprinting, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, do you play Warzone?
I used to on Modern Warfare 3, but then on BO6, I don't like the movement. I don't like how it takes so long to kill someone.
So if you use the karambit I think the karambit is, or the punch knife or whatever. What's it called? Everyone calls it the butt plug or whatever, but whatever that knife is, that's like apparently that's the best knife to use, but I don't know. You can just go in there with a regular knife, honestly, and cause some havoc. We do pretty good job of going into the casual, go in there and play that.
And I might get people who disagree here, but they got rid of the best map on there, so I kind of stopped playing it when they got rid of that map.
That is absolutely factual. I want that old map back. Are you gonna switch to Battlefield? Meleeing in Battlefield is boring to me. I tried it. I don't think there's much there with that.
I play COD 24/7.
That's that. They're like, nah, I'm not going to Battlefield. COD's where it's at.
I have like 46 days on Call of Duty. It is bad. I play it every day.
Do you play anything else but COD ever? Or is it just strictly COD?
Most of the time I'm playing COD. But when I get tired of it, I play Dead by Daylight, Minecraft, Crime Scene Cleaner.
You do Crime Scene Cleaner? I got really into Power Wash Simulator. I played the crap out of that game. Just sit there, just zone out and play Power Wash Simulator. Miss Soulless Queen says, "Are you better than Mr. Knives only?"
No, and I never will claim to be.
Oh man, I don't think many people can claim that.
I mean, I may claim to be the best female knifer, but that's just for people to message me and say, "Hey, 1v1."
Uh-oh, Sandwich. Uh-oh, Sandwich. She just nonchalantly called you out without nonchalantly calling you out. How about that? Anybody got anything else? We're doing some good questions here. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so most kills you've ever gotten in a single match. That's a good one.
Now, that's not basing it off game mode, right?
Nope. Just go with whatever the highest is.
The last time I played Stakeout, the game capped me at 125, but when I go to my highest kills on the game, it says 133.
So the game just stopped counting at 125?
Yep.
That's wild. I didn't know it even did that. I thought it just kept going until the game ended. So that's a good one, seeing that you started in BO3, but if you could go back and play any Call of Duty and it be let's say it's at the peak of that game, whenever it was out, what game would you go back and play, and why would you want to play that game?
I honestly feel like I would go back to BO3 only because I never played it right. I never prestiged. I wouldn't camp in corners.
So what about ones that I wouldn't camp in corners? I'm sorry, guys. Don't cancel me. What about a game that you didn't play?
I don't really know. So I would go back to any other COD.
So you really just fell in love with BO3, huh?
I did. I went from Black Ops 3, then went straight to Vanguard, then to W2 and W3 and BO6.
So Motionless mentioned Ghosts. A lot of people hated Ghost, but I loved it. And that's back when I used guns, and I was a huge, big fan of gun game. And I was in the top 25 to 30 people in that game globally, by the way. I wrecked people at gun game. I had such a good time in Ghost, and people hated that game for some reason. I have no idea why. If you can run a duo with another female knifer, who would you consider to dominate with you?
Honestly, I think I'd go with Ghost of Cilantro.
Cilantro? How about that? If you had a chance to take part in a melee-only Warzone, I mean, we could do that now. We can have a big old... Well, not right now, obviously. We should plan that. Let's plan that. Let's do get as many knifers together and go play Warzone and have a big old battle royale type thing. Melee only. Have a bunch of rules for it.
I've actually tried multiple times to get a custom Warzone game together. Just knifers.
Well, we'll do it. We'll set it up. We'll get legit and we'll get everybody else together. I know legit will be down. That sounds fun. What is the most kills you've had in a row? Have you ever had a 6-on, or I don't know really. I don't know how far it goes, but have you ever filled up the kill feed? You filled up the kill feed with throwing axes only and stuff like that?
The closest I've been is a quad feed ×2.
See, I've been explained the rules of Because, there's people out there that's like, oh, well, if you're not standing on your left foot and the wind's not blowing in from the west and the quad feed doesn't count, like there's all these rules and stuff. And like, I'm cool with it. That's fine. You play your game. But like, if I hit a quad feed, I'm like, hey, I hit a quad feed. I don't care how I did it, so. All right, here we go. Last question. What was your absolute favorite map that you've played on any Call of Duty that you played?
Hands down, I have to go with Fringe because I knew that map from BO3. And the fact that they brought it to BO6, great.
There we go. In regards to creating content or just playing the game for fun, do you have any goals you would like to reach in the next year? That's a good question. I like that.
I can say at the moment, my goal is to reach 10K followers on TikTok.
I like that. 10K is reasonable because, that's whenever the fun starts. Well, Miss Knives, I appreciate you coming and hanging out and taking the time right out of work, not even getting to take a breather and coming in here and answering all of our questions. And, we appreciate you coming through. And I hope to get, everybody else, whether you think that your story is relevant or not, even if it's a short story, we still want to hear it. Last week or the last episode, we had Sandwich on here, and that's the longest episode I've ever had, right? We had a lot to talk about. She had a lot of things that she wanted to say. A lot of people had questions, and, this one was, pretty decently long too. But even if you have like a 10 or 15, 20-minute episode, that's fine. But we want to know your story. That's the reason why I'm doing it. If you started in Modern Warfare 3 knifing, that's fine. We all want to know. And this is the reason why, like Ghost of Caldera and I were having a talk one day, and we were just like, we should bring this out to where people can know about all these knifers. And, and I just said I would do it, because I had this, or I come up with the idea, and obviously it's been done before. We want to hear everybody. So like I said, you can have a 10-minute episode or a 45-minute episode. It doesn't matter. We all want to hear your stories. So, Miss Knives, I appreciate you coming through again, taking the time to do this. And I know that you were kind of hesitant at first, but that we will actually answer that question as a closer right there. As who would you like to see next on the show?
Honestly, I kind of want to see Nyx.
Oh, Miss Nyx. I did talk to her about doing this. Nyx may be a little bit harder of a pull, but I bet I can get her on here. She'll do the same as you though. She probably won't be on camera, but maybe we can get her on here. I'm going to. Ain't no maybe. I'm going to get her on here too. And I'm going to drag everybody and legit in here too. Everybody. You don't have a choice. Doing it. Well, once again, just one more time, thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate you. The support is amazing. I'm so glad that I came back and started doing this again. I really missed it. Regardless of what happens in everybody's lives and everybody's, everyone's got their own content and their own little groups that they play in and everything. But we need to come together more often and have like some big vibey fun times and stuff. Like Miss Knives was talking about, of getting together and, having big old community warzone games and stuff like that. So let's make that happen. Like, we need somebody that for real is good with planning, not me. Don't ask me to do it. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I have enough stuff going on in my life. I can't even plan my own life. So let's get that together and I will be full on there. I'll make sure that I have time to do that. Thanks everybody one more time for coming out, and you guys have a good night, and I will try to have this up as soon as possible. Miss Knives, you got anything to say?
Just shout out to MKO because he's the one that convinced me to do this.
Hey, there he is. GG Frost. GG MKO. Appreciate you, bud. Always here, man. Always here. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Y'all take it easy.